if you just want to join in, this is going to be really fun, very low key. Basically, I am just over 12 weeks postpartum, so I am still being very gentle with myself for my yoga practice. So there are certain things I'm not going to be doing, like down dog or plank. My body's just not ready for them right now. So it's going to be pretty chill, and feel free to chat at me if you have a question. Hey, Robin. So we are going to go ahead and get started and just see how it goes. Oddly enough, my 3-month-old is awake, which never happens. She's like, this is the one time I can count on her to sleep. So of course, when I want to do something, she's wide awake in her crib, but Dad's here, so he knows our plan to do some yoga. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, let's get started. So just have a mat, towel, free space to move. It doesn't really matter. So we are going to stand. Hey, Robin, can you hear me okay when I'm on my mat over here? So if I say stand with your feet hip distance apart, can you hear that instruction okay? I know you're probably having to get back to your phone. Well, if it's a problem, just let me know. Just holler at me. I'll see the chat come by. So it's always good to start morning practice. Just some nice deep breaths, full body movements. So we'll just start inhaling with our arms overhead, exhaling, hands down to our sides. Just attempting to take the full inhale on the sweep up, the full exhale on the sweep down, really pushing the space away. We'll do this a couple more times. I can already feel my body start to come into a place of better focus. We're going to open this up a little bit more, taking the feet shoulder distance apart, feet at 45-degree angles, inhaling the arms up, exhaling, bending the knees, bending the elbows to moonflower. So if we look at this from the side, back is as flat as possible. I have a pretty big duck butt or lordotic curve, so really try to keep that back as flat as possible. Abs zipped in. We can move this a little bit more now into sunflower, so we're bending a little bit deeper, the arms sweeping down. Just saying thank you for getting up today. Thank you to your body and mind for making it to the mat this morning. It's really beautiful. You don't see everybody doing it, and taking this little time for ourselves is really important. So we'll stop that, bring our hands to heart center, stepping back to feet hip distance apart, knees soft. From here, inhaling the right arm up to the ear, and then lengthening through that side for a little bit of a side bend. We want everything to be really pretty relaxed. The shoulder, the neck, pretty relaxed. A few nice deep breaths here. And then lifting that chest open to the sky. And then rounding this forward, coming back to neutral, rolling back into that mountain pose, lifting the left arm up to the ear. Again, drawing the breath into the low belly. Keeping the shoulder relaxed and down. And then lifting up through the side body, hinging to the right ever so slightly. I can already tell my shoulders just want to creep, creep, creep. Really attempting to keep them down. Opening that chest to the sky. And rolling back down into center, into neutral, coming back into that standing position. Taking a few moments, doing some nice big shoulder circles back. Good. And then while we're still here, go ahead and again take the feet about shoulder distance apart and reach behind like we're grabbing a big beach ball, opening that chest. And then from here, letting the body just roll down, chin coming to the chest, hands just on the thighs. That body, the spine rolling down, and then, so like this, and then from here, rolling all the way back up, feeling each vertebrae stack one on top of the other, nice natural curve. Again, soft knees, head stacking on top, and we're gonna go through that a few more times. So grabbing that beach ball, really lifting up, drawing the shoulder blades together. And then rounding forward, bringing that chin to the chest. And rolling up. Each time we're rolling up, we're feeling that zip through the abs, lifting taller. We'll do that one more time. Reaching, grabbing that beach ball. Shoulders down and back. And letting the body roll, the spine roll down, chin to the chest. And coming up back to that standing position, nice and tall. I need the fan on. Okay. Okay, hi, welcome Kayla, good morning. Okay, so now we're going to go through a modified sun salutation, just a little bit gentler. Let me face the sun here. So we're not gonna do, if you have the downward dog in your practice, go for it. If you have the plank in your practice, go for it. I'm just gonna show you a little gentler downward dog. So gentler sun salutation. So if we start at one edge of the mat, feet hip distance apart, inhaling the arms overhead, exhaling forward fold. We are gonna come with our right foot, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for so long and I just messed up. Cancel that. Okay, you wanna be able to step backwards from where you are, okay? Here we go. Inhaling those arms overhead, exhaling forward fold, stepping back with the right foot. We're gonna take this straight down into a lunge, letting the top of the foot come down onto the mat. Breathing into this lunge however it feels for you. And then if you have blocks, you can use those right here. Help access the floor easier. Or we can use the hands. So now bringing the left foot back behind us, coming into child's pose. In child's pose with the belly and chest compressed, really breathing through the back, feeling the back ribs expand. And then from here, coming back up again, stepping forward with our right leg, feeling what that lunge feels like on the other side. We're not usually very symmetrical, so one side might be tighter than the other. And then from here, curling the back toes under, lifting, stepping into that forward fold. Inhaling the arms overhead, and we're sitting back into chair. If chair is new for us, it can be really nice to put the hands on the hips, but the hands can be at heart center, overhead if we really want more of a challenge. Then inhaling the arms overhead, exhaling hands to heart center. I'm gonna move my mat angle here just a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. Okay. And we're going to go through our sun salutation again. So hips, feet hip distance apart. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling forward fold. Stepping back with the left foot into that lunge, dropping the knee. Have a cushion under your knee if you need to. Letting the back of the top of the foot rest on the mat in this lunge. And this time we can bring our lunge taller. We can bring the hands to our thigh. We want that front knee right over the ankle. It's a really good stretch for that left, those left hip flexors. Breathing into that stretch. So with this lunge, we really do want to feel the stretch here versus taking ourselves forward and getting a lot of bend in that low back. This lunge is really meant to stretch the hip flexors, the front of the leg and the hip. Finding the smooth, calm breath here. And then bringing that right foot back into child's pose. And in our child's pose, we can have our knees closer together. This gives us a little bit more stretch in the back. Or we can have our knees further apart. This offers a little bit more stretch in the shoulders because we go down a little bit further. And I honestly can just stay in child's pose all day. So I have to bring myself out of it. But it's a great resting, relaxing, restorative pose. Great to throw in the middle of the day if you just need a little something, a little yoga snack. So stepping forward with the left foot. Again, knees stacked over the ankle. We can bring it tall. Just do a little bit of adjusting to make sure we access that stretch in the front of the right leg and hip. Again, hands can be on the thigh, hips. If we want to challenge our balance a little bit more, we can lift our arms overhead. Breathing through that stretch. I don't have as much balance on this side. I can really tell. I'm attempting to work with my body, not fight it. Okay. Zipping the abs, so we have that support, leaning forward. Stepping forward with that right foot. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, sitting back into our chair. Think about lifting the chest here as we sit a little deeper. Maybe trying our arms in a different position this time, maybe at heart center. And inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart center. We're going to come down to our mats now. So inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling into forward fold. Stepping back with our feet down into all fours. I'm going to scoot my mat back just a little bit here. So we're in our all fours position. The hips are over the knees, the shoulders are over the wrists. Again, we can be really micro bend in the elbow here. Moving into cat-cow. So inhaling, letting the low belly fill. Exhaling, arching the back like an angry cat, like my pediatric clients like to say. So inhaling, saggy cow. This just feels so dang good. Exhaling, arching like an angry cat, really feeling like a string is pulling that center of the back up. So moving with our own breath here. Allowing the neck to be that last piece in the cow, that chin coming toward the chest. Okay, bringing that spine to neutral and transitioning to sitting on our bottom. So we are going to do a twist, a little bit of a twist. So bring the left foot, so if we're sitting crisscross, have the right leg on front. So bring that right leg standing, foot on the ground, sitting on our sit bones. Literally moving the flesh out of the way so you can feel your sit bones, you can rock on them. It allows us to sit nice and tall. So our right foot is standing, left leg just comfortable on the mat. So from here, sitting tall, and then exhaling, twisting, bringing our right arm behind us, just placing it on the ground, left arm wrapping, and then it's really about our body and our head just kind of follows. It's twist are not a crank or anything like that. What your muscles can naturally do is where we take our body. It's not for the arms to finish and crank. It's so easy to do, but the whole point of that twist is to use our own body muscles to do our twist for us. Nice and gentle. So on the inhale, sitting tall, exhaling, twisting a little bit further. And still getting that nice deep breath wherever we land in our twist. And on the next exhale, letting the body unwind, bringing the feet out in front of us, toes pointed toward the ceiling. You can always have a strap. We can wrap it around. We're going to staff pose. So you can wrap the strap around the feet to help bring the body forward, or you can just come as forward as far as you're able to. So with the toes pointed forward, back nice and tall, it's okay for the knees to bend a little bit. On the inhale, sitting as tall as you can with that flat back. On the exhale, bringing the body forward. So again, this is where we can have our strap. Sometimes it's just nice to use some props. Then we don't have to work our body quite as hard. We can get a little bit more stretch, but we definitely don't want to push it over our limit. And then from here, walking the hands back up, sitting nice and tall. We're going to do our twist on the other side. So bending the right leg in, left knee bends, foot on the floor. Again, maybe adjusting the hip bones, the sit bones. So sitting tall on the inhale and twisting to the left on the exhale. And unwinding, coming back to center, just taking an easy seat now on the mat. Sitting nice and tall. And on the exhale, bringing the body forward. Whew, that's a great hip stretch. I can feel it all the way up my back into my hair. Can always use a block here at the different heights for more support, just to play around with. Breathing. Walking the body up to a nice tall seated position. The hands on the knees, just gently closing the eyes. Taking a few moments to tune into the breath here. Breathing in and out through the nose as long as it's comfortable. Any thoughts that come into the head, just let them float by like clouds. Let the time right now be completely focused on the breath. Take the attention and scan the body, noticing any lingering points of tension. Maybe spending a few moments there. If there's a tight spot in the shoulder, maybe sending the breath there. With each exhale, imagine the body softening, relaxing, letting go. Letting the eyes flicker open. Bringing the hands overhead on the inhale. Exhaling, hands to heart center. I want to thank you so much for joining me today for my first IGTV yoga morning with Heidi. And I'll see you again on Monday. Namaste.